Compare this to this. In today's cinematic landscape, we're inundated with movies that are bigger, louder, and more explosive than ever before. The silver screen is dominated by superhero blockbusters and high-octane thrillers, each one trying to outdo the last in terms of spectacle.
I see this as an absolute win.
Amidst this world of overstimulation, films like The Taste of Tea emerge as a breath of fresh air, reminding us that sometimes a movie doesn't need to be about anything grand or complex. Sometimes it's okay for a film to be about, well, nothing at all. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Rob. If you're not subscribed already, then please do leave a comment, like, do all that amazing stuff you do, because today we're going to be talking about A Taste of Tea. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get on with it. The Taste of Tea, directed by Katsuhito Ishii, is a perfect example of a film that finds beauty in simplicity. The plot revolves around the everyday lives of the Haruno family in rural Japan. There's no overarching conflict here, no epic quest, just the gentle ebbs and flows of daily life. Like the films of Ozu or the slower moments of a Takashi Kitano film, The Taste of Tea relishes in the silence and the tranquility of nothing. Contrast this with the current trend in cinema, particularly those from the superhero genre often suffer from an overabundance of, well, everything. Characters, subplots, special effects. They are designed to keep audiences on the edge of their seats, bombarding them with stimulus after stimulus. I don't want to mention him because I know it's a sore point for many of the Marvel fanboys, but there is some truth to it.
And one of the aspirations of the studios was to become as important, in a sense, to American culture as Disneyland. And I think the first studio to really do that was Universal.
Superhero films are made to be theme park rides, to be video games, to be cartoons, action figures, and all other kinds of cross-cultural media. They're the end point to capitalism. They represent a world where everything has to be something else if it's to exist.
I am so sorry. So sorry.
Like a postmodern bricolage, everything references, well, everything, and ultimately it has no start or end. It's a self-referential nightmare that leaves the audience in a never-ending cultural loop. Okay, let's take a step back from the video here and just elaborate a little bit on what I mean. When Martin Scorsese said that about superhero films, I don't think he was commenting on the artistry of the actual film. The reality is, he understands more than anyone else how hard it is to complete a film. And he totally understands that to make a film like that, it takes a lot of people and a long time. What he means when he refers to it as a roller coaster is that these films are part of just a wider context of a lot more things. To understand the latest superhero film, you've got to have seen this comic book, and you've got to have played that video game and this TV show and 10 other films that came before it. It's never as simple as just sitting down and experiencing a film in one go. It's a lot more complicated, and there's always just a lot of cross-cultural references that go into these. Knowing where to start your journey with superhero films can be quite daunting, and even if you've experienced everything, you might miss one joke because you didn't read one little comic book, and that joke's only there for the people that read that singular comic book. They're part of a wider cultural thing, and they're there to also expand on that culture. When that film comes out, it spawns a whole wealth of other pieces of cultural media into the landscape, and that's the reality of our current film climate. And I think that's what he means by the term roller coaster. The reality is, they are like a theme park. They're one part of a wider place where you can spend your whole day and get every possible human emotion. That's the reality of them. And for the audience, I think that can be pretty tiring. And breathe. This is tranquility. The Taste of Tea is a contemplative film that weaves together the quiet, everyday lives of this family living in rural Japan. The family includes a quirky set of characters. Yoshiko, the mother, who is returning to her animation career. Nobu, the father, a hypnotherapist. The grandpa, Akira, who practices his musical talents in an eccentric way. Hajime, the teenage son navigating the pangs of first love, and Sachiko, the young daughter who is haunted by visions of a giant version of herself. There is no large overarching plot here, no conflict, we just follow the characters for a portion of their life. It weaves together scenes connected by the characters into what feels like a picture book of their lives. We feel like we're stepping into a picture album, stepping beyond the frame to see the moments other filmmakers might otherwise ignore. But why? What do we get from this as the audience? In many ways, The Taste of Tea acts as a palate cleanser for viewers. After the sensory overload of mainstream cinema, it provides a moment of respite, a chance to recalibrate. It reminds us that storytelling can be as much about the spaces between events as the events themselves. It's a film that asks us to find joy in the ordinary, to appreciate the subtle nuances of daily life, and in doing so, it offers a profound, if understated, commentary on what it means to live. Sometimes I feel these types of films are explicitly Japanese. I think this is because they have a phrase, mono no aware, a way of thinking in Japan or feeling. It's a Japanese concept that translates roughly to the pathos of things, or the sadness of things. It describes a deeply felt awareness of the impermanence and transience of life, and the beauty and poignancy that arises from this recognition. Films like A Taste of Tea seem to capture this feeling. Whilst they are not explicitly sad, they capture this awareness of life. They capture the feeling that we should slow down and enjoy the slower moments. In the final moments of the film, this becomes very apparent. Quick spoiler warning from me, I'm going to spoil something in the film in a minute, but go away and watch the film, come back, finish the video essay, it's well worth it. When the grandfather dies, we realise he's been drawing all the journeys of each family member, watching them and enjoying the moments they might otherwise ignore. He reminds us, as the audience, that what feels like a passive moment is also beautiful. Compared to the type of cinema that exists now, A Taste of Tea really does feel like a palate cleanser. It reminds us that cinema doesn't have to be all explosions, that sometimes the cue for the roller coaster can be just as beautiful as the roller coaster itself. And after all, sometimes pooing on an egg can be just as beautiful. Yeah, I don't think there's a point to that, it's just pooing on an egg. And breathe. Sometimes it's just really nice to take a step back with films like this, to just experience this slower side of cinema, to just turn the camera on and leave it running, to take a step back from the explosions and the cross-cultural landscape of current films, and nothing does it better than A Taste of Tea. I feel like this was more of a traditional style of filmmaking that a lot of filmmakers used to do, but in the current landscape, it's kind of been lost. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video essay, I hope you really liked it. I've currently moved house, so I'm in a really good setup now for making content, and I really just want to hit the ground running, so this is the first of many. So if you did really enjoy this video essay and you've not experienced the channel before, then please check out some of the other amazing videos. If you are some of the amazing fans that have been around watching this channel for a while now, then don't worry, there's plenty more content to come, and we're really just going to hit the ground running now and get as many pieces of amazing content out there as I can, because I've had so many ideas over the past year I've just not had time to do. So I'm finally in a place where I can make them all happen, and I'm really excited to do it. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that boosts the video so as many people can see it as possible. And guys, I hope you'd enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very, very shortly, because there'll be more videos coming. I can't wait. See you guys on the next one.